Hello AFTV, what a game. Great game, very, very enjoyable. 4-0, clean sheet, and Mustafi played well. So, yes, happy days. Good news all around, especially when Spurs loses by 7 goals. So that's a good week. Special mention for me to Martinelli, Willock, and Ceballos. And Emery was so courageous to put an attacking midfield. Why can't he do that with the first team? That I don't understand. Yes, Tierney played the full game, so that's good. Good news for him. He's ready to come to the first team. And also the goalkeeper, my God, he did a very, very good job. So I think if something happened to Leno, we are happy. And also, my worry is there's no Ozil. Doesn't matter what we think about Ozil. He's still our highest paid player and he should be on the field. It's like some farmer who buys a tractor and prefer to use the bulls instead to do the harvest. So I don't understand. The club should be bigger than Emery is feeling, so he should play Ozil. So yes, happy days, and let's hope that this form continues with the first team.
Buckler, I don't know, it's a boy Liege from the United States of Canada. Right now my voice gone because I was making so much noise throughout the game. Big up on yourself, Arsenal. The team did well, the manager did well, everybody did well. But me can't talk and my throat hurt me. So I'm gonna make Siri talk for me, okay? Siri, what do you think about the Arsenal match today?
Good bumper clock job. The team played excellent, but Martinelli and Tierney was the standout players for me. I think Bumpaclot and Emery should play them in the Bournemouth game this weekend. Arsenal to the world.
Big up yourself.
Big up yourself too, Gal Idiot.
You know. No.
4-0. And it took the young'uns, the young cats, to show these senior guys how the game is played. It was beautiful to see Ballorain, to see Tierney. Tierney, man, we did rob Celtics, man. For $25 million, this guy is amazing. It was good to see Holding back in there. Actually, Holding and Mustafi looked pretty good. You know, I was shocked, but he did look pretty good. And Martinelli, that kid is something else. That kid's header is precise. His goal, you see the way he uses right foot to adjust the ball and then use the left to clinically shoot it in. Amazing, man, amazing. The future is looking bright for Arsenal. Now it looks like these young cats are edging towards the first team. You know, most of them need to be on the bench at least if they're not in the starting 11. But all in all, amazing, man. Everyone did exceptional. You know, I have to give it to Emery. We've been getting on his case lately, but his selection today was spot on. His selection was on point. The only one that I probably didn't like was Maldini playing right wing. But other than that, selection was amazing. We did great. The boys were good. I'm loving being an Arsenal fan, man. More to come, Gooners. Keep that up. We get in there.
Rohan from India this week. I'm happy at 2:30 a.m. because Arsenal's run riot against Liege. 4-0 win. Only positives to take. Martinelli deputizing for Abba, proving to be a good deputy. I was worried when Nketiah went out on loan, but I've seen this guy on preseason in the US and even now he looks rapid. He looks like a finisher as well, so that's an absolute positive. I'm happy that Holding and Tierney and Bellerin are back, and we need to get them back in our Premier League squad. We're clearly too good for the Europa League group stage at least, and it gets interesting in the knockout stage. But we need to get some points in the Premier League so that we aren't playing in this Europa League anymore. We need to be playing in the Champions League. That's where we belong. On the funny side, Maldini, Mustafi has turned into Maldini, it seems. Another clean sheet for him. and maybe he deserves a shout in. If we have protection in front of our defense, maybe we could do some damage there. So let's try and get some points against Bournemouth and in a good run in, and get back into the Champions League where our club belongs. Let's go Gunners.
Yeah man, Arsenal good win today. What that 4-0. Martinelli star of the show, get 10 out of 10. And then Willock score 1. Ceballos stump it in. Martinelli get the assist from that one there. That's how we should look fluid in the Premier League every single time. The midfield was boss. Even Mustafi looked decent, but then again, it's the Europa League. But the youngins came out, we didn't concede, not a clean sheet. 2 goals for Martinelli this time, 2 goals for Martinelli the last game. The youngins look promising. Martinelli should be on the bench every time. It's a good little backup to come on instead of Aubameyang, or even play up front with Aubameyang, depends on the opponent. But good little win, Europa League. I'm not going to get too confident that we can win this and get into Champions League next year. But, we're 4th in Premier League. So, all angles working for us right now. We're in 4 competitions. Just keep it going. The youngins look real good. Emery need to play Ozil. Ceballos is okay, but we need somebody to assist, to provide service. Today we got away with it because of our opponent. But in the Premier League against Bournemouth on the weekend, we need to have creative midfield players. That's just plain and simple. Aubameyang can't save us every time. We have to create goals, and we have to have midfield creative players feeding the balls in for Pepe and Aubameyang. But good win. Arsenal guns out bullet.
It's quite obvious that we have the quality to take the Premier League by storm. Last night we made 10 changes to the team, and look at how they performed. Regardless of the opposition, we have the players. So it's down to the manager now. We have Bellerin has come back. We have Tierney. Oh my God. The quality coming from Tierney is amazing. Having Bellerin and Tierney back is fabulous. Holding in that center defense is also very good. Martinelli, what can I say? Oh my God. I mean, you have to start asking questions if Martinelli doesn't start now. He has to start. He has to start. If he's not starting, he has to be on the bench. He has to be coming in for some minutes in the second half of Premier League games. So I'm very impressed with that result. 4-0, very, very business-looking game. We looked very good, and it bodes well for the future.
My guys. What's up, Ghana family? Man, this has been an amazing game. I'm telling you, I don't know what Nketiah is gonna come back to, because this boy Martinelli is gunning for that spot. The way things are looking at, Martinelli should start ahead of Pepe. Pepe looks like he runs out of ideas. He always delays on his left foot. He wants to linger with the ball there for long. So we'll see how he matures about that. I think probably if he plays a couple of under 23 games just to get into a groove, I think that's what Pepe needs. Ceballos epic, Martinelli man of the match for me. All the defense was on point, can't complain. Come on Gunners, let's take this into the weekend and beat Bournemouth all the way.
It's easy to see that these kids can play. I think they keep on improving on every game, and I tend to believe most of them have earned the right to be playing in the first team as of now, probably even in the Premier League games. I like the kid Martinelli. You can see the performance. You can hardly tell that he's an 18-year-old. I believe it's time for the manager to give the kids more of a chance, starting from the games to come, and see how they perform. It's good to see Bellerin and Tierney are back. Let's hope for the best going forward. Kudos.
Whoa, that was a splendid performance from the lads. Those guys, I mean, wow, that was out of this world. As far as I'm concerned, I only put Aubameyang in this team and I'm fine. I mean, that was sublime, really, really sublime. I don't know why is it that we struggle against all these teams like DT said in the league, and putting all these supposed French players, and we work, we do so spectacularly. Wow, this is wonderful. I just love this. I just hope we can keep this up. Just put Aubameyang in the team and I'll be fine. Like seriously, I'll be just fine. Wonderful performance. Let's do this again on Sunday. Come on, you Gooners.
Our youngsters are just so perfect and very, very, very good, talented young boys. I think in the next 2 to 3 years, we are going to be a deadly side to face. Martinelli, Reece Nelson, Joe Willock, even Torreira. Torreira is a youngster, and I think he's still coming up in his prime. He's going to be deadly. Saka, even though he was in the team, but you can just see that we were good today, and I think the youngsters are good. 2, I'm talking about our wing backs. That's Tierney and Bellerin. I think their presence today was just so outstanding, and Tierney was just perfect, very good at crossing the ball, can pick up any player in his crosses, and 2 assists is not bad. 3, I'm talking about getting Ceballos on a permanent deal at the end of the season. We need to get Ceballos on a permanent deal because the guy is just so good. Today his performance was okay, he got a goal, and I'm very happy. Number 4 is about our defense. We are able to keep a clean sheet, and how we played today was okay because we are always attacking and pressing, and I expect us to play like this in all Premier League matches. And the 5th one is about Ozil. I think Ozil, no matter what, he should be on the bench so that in case of anything he can come in, because we need that creativity of his and also that vision of his. So that is what I'll talk about in the game today, and then we'll move to the next game. Go and win at Bournemouth, and then we'll see what we do. Come on, Ghana.
Great win by the boys, 5-star performance. Gabriel Martinelli, what a player. He reminds me of a young Luis Suarez, young R9 Ronaldo. Like I said, pressing from the front, great striker. The future of Arsenal is great. All the lads today, big up all the kids. You played really well. Holding, Willock, Nelson. It was a good performance by the kids. Mustafi, as always, coming out to try to meet the long balls, misses. So what happens when either Mustafi or Socrates comes out to meet the ball, then misses, and Torreira is playing as a 10 up front, and our fullback is also up front. What happens then is the opponents, one ball over the top, and they're left facing Granit Xhaka. So everyone starts saying Xhaka is useless. I think it boils down to the main thing, the way the team is set up. Do we play from the front foot? Today we did, and that's why we won. Why can't we do this? Torreira today started as a CDM. As the second half won, you saw he was playing as a 10, and we began to look even more open. And Liege could have scored at the very end. Man, we just need good leadership. To be honest, I'm just praying we sneak into the Champions League, either through Europa or finishing top 4. I pray, Raul, please, just get us Erik ten Hag from Ajax. I think he's the coach to take us forward, because we have good youth, we have good experience, but they're just being mismanaged by Emery. Ozil should be playing. Pepe needs confidence when he plays with a creative partner. Same thing with Saka, Alba.
Of Gunners, it was a great game tonight. Martinelli was on fire. He had 2 goals and an assist. I wanted him to get a hat-trick. And Kieran Tierney, that is a professional footballer, running up and down the left flanks. He's a great player. We have that. His crosses were so on point. And Martinelli, he should be starting in the Premier League. And I want to see Kieran Tierney starting this weekend against Bournemouth. I want to see Tierney starting. I want to see Aubameyang and Martinelli starting up front. They are going to really cause some trouble for defenders. And look at the fluidity in our midfield today with Ceballos and Torreira. The passes, 1-2 passes were so good. And then we had Willock as well. I hope we can have this kind of midfield and we don't go back to the static defensive kind of midfield against Bournemouth. We go again against Bournemouth rather. Thank you. Oluwaseyi from Nigeria.
Another solid performance from the youngsters again. A clean sheet, holding Tierney, Bellerin getting 90 minutes each. Martinez keeping another clean sheet. Mustafi, every time he plays, we keep a clean sheet. I'm so happy with Martinelli. That's 2 starts and he's gotten 4 goals and I think 2 assists already. That maybe earns him another start against Bournemouth over the weekend. Yeah, maybe Saka, Martinelli and Aubameyang, but obviously Pepe has to start. I want him to start to get his confidence up. I'm sure if he starts this weekend, he'll score this weekend. Willock, 9 out of 10 performance. Tierney's crossing, absolutely amazing. Guendouzi, Aubameyang getting some minutes. Nothing to complain about. 2 wins out of 2, 7 goals, 2 clean sheets. Nothing to complain about. Let's wait for the weekend and get another 3 points. Come on, you Gunners!